This man has an accident while repairing a machine. When he wakes up, he is lying in the hospital, but the doctor tells him that he's got AIDS and has only 30 days to live. However, Ron, as a true Texan, does not buy the doctor's words. He returns home, still smoking, drinking, and going on dates, but eventually, he starts to hesitate. As time passes, Ron's health is getting worse. He begins searching for information about AIDS and learns about a drug called AZT that can treat the virus. Ron goes to the doctor, hoping to get this medication, but the doctor tells him that AZT is still in experimental stages, and that all he can do now is spend time with family and friends. However, Ron's straight friends, upon hearing that he has AIDS, start treating him with coldness and even mock him, fearing they might contract the virus. Ron is deeply disappointed by this, but he quickly finds a way. He bribes the hospital cleaner, who gives him AZT every week. Ron successfully extends his life for a month. However, this time the cleaner takes his money but doesn't give him the medication. Instead, the cleaner tells him to get his own medicine from a Mexican doctor. This pushes Ron to his limits. He then falls unconscious. When he wakes up again, he's lying in the hospital bed and meets Rayon, another person with AIDS. Despite his natural aversion to this community, after talking with Rayon, Ron's attitude starts to change. But Ron doesn't want to wait to die, so he drives to find the Mexican doctor. However, the doctor doesn't give him AZT, instead using a drug called DDC that extends Ron's life by 3 more months. Sure, DDC is illegal in the US, and this makes Ron realize there's a business opportunity. So he loads several boxes of DDC into his car. To pass through the border, he dresses up as a sick priest. Even when questioned by officers, he manages to get through. So Ron brings the DDC into the US, but without any sales experience. He faces many setbacks. Fortunately, Rayon is a socialite, and through her efforts, Ron's medicine becomes popular. To avoid the FDA scrutiny, Ron opens a membership club, charging $400 per month for free medication. More and more patients are joining the club. Ron and Rayon become close friends. Even when his old colleague insults Rayon, Ron stands up for her, becoming her hero. But it doesn't last. They receive a notice from the IRS, and the club is forced to close. Even the FDA quickly confiscate their medication. Without anything to sell, Ron searches for a substitute for DDC around the world, and his money is almost gone. To help Ron, Rayon cashes in her life insurance, touches Ron deeply, but Rayon's health continues to deteriorate, and eventually, she can no longer hold on. As her best friend, Ron struggles to accept her death. He storms into the FDA's office, accusing the government of denying patients the right to live. In the following days, Ron works to legalize DDC and other banned drugs, but the court rules against him. However, his heroic actions earn him the applause of the public. Ultimately, Ron succeeds in extending his life by 7 more years,